So good afternoon, everybody. How are we doing? Weekly update number 73. I keep getting confused where I am with the numbers. This is definitely 73. Now I think. Hope you're well, keeping warm. We've got an awful lot to get through today. I actually got to look at this. This is our notes. Check this out. Actually got some notes. We've got stuff that's been sent in. We've got all sorts to talk to you about today, about the summer, about visas, what is happening out there. We've got Jane Says. We've got some special news coming right at the end of the broadcast, and I also want your guys' opinion on how summer is going so far. So we've got 8 people on at the moment. I'll check out the comments, but this is our weekly update number 73. Oh, sorry, I forgot my coffee. I always got to have coffee for the weekly update. There we go. I always forget to put it on. I put it on, I forgot to bring it over. The reason I'm drinking coffee at the moment is because I'm actually going to a barbecue tonight. But, you know, people do barbecue late here. And tomorrow I've got an appointment at 8 o'clock in the morning. The barbecue starts at 9 tonight, which you know is going to go on until 2. So, never have a siesta. So that will come in handy for this evening. So let me just check the live chat and see where we are. Oh, we've got some people in. Robbo. Buenas tardes, Chris. Dropping here in Punta Prima Torrevieja. So it's what's the weather like out there? Wasn't too bad yesterday, but it's warm. But hey, we're never happy, are we? It's either too cold, too wet, or too warm. So I'm loving it. I'm thinking it's all right. It's okay. Donald, we've spoken about 20 minutes ago, didn't we? Just watching the video you made of your Granada trip, City Grip, fairly whets my appetite. Yeah, Granada's great. Now they don't get those videos that I do. Don't really get a lot of views, to be honest. I used the old 360 camera, which I bought last year. I don't really know how to use it properly. It's the honest truth, but it also it helps with with different videos we do for business, and I take it on family trips as well. I find the old 360 camera quite a bit of fun. And Kezron, hey guys, how you doing? Yes, bonsoir, Chris. Congratulations, we did get to 4,500 subscribers in the end. I'm absolutely 100% sure, right, that YouTube make you suffer those last 4 or 5 subscribers. Right, I'm sure they do. I think they say, oh, they're getting to a landmark, we're going to stop it now, because the moment this happens every single time, right, that we get to like over the 500 or the 1,000 point, it seems to stop, and you're like, oh, is it going? But then once you get over it, then in a day you'll get like another 10 or so subscribers. So I think they just wind you up. That's my theory. Whether that's true or not, I don't know. We're up to 4,517. I don't know if you can see that there, guys. No, you can't. 4,517. Well done. Thank you very much for subscribing and getting us over that landmark. Next to 5,000 by the end of the year. My son said to me that I should do a live 5,000. So basically, when you get to around 4,980, you just go live, and that's it until you get your 5,000, and you do it live. But what's your opinion on that? Because that could go on forever, couldn't it? With the amount that would have gone on for 3 weeks this time. But but if you're live, what my son said is, then you make it into a bit of fun. So you call people that might not be subscribed, or your friends. You get people on the chat popping in and out. Tell them to go next door and tell the neighbours. So let me know your opinion. Should we, when we get to nearly 5,000, do a live? And it would be a random live, because it could be any time during the day. Should we do that? So who else have we got on? Stu, Joe, and Waffles. Hey, how you doing, guys? Hope you're well, keeping warm. I've got something from you coming up later on. Also something from Ant and Kez coming up later on as well. It's quite interesting. And Steve Mayer, how you doing? Yeah, 5 weeks now, waiting patiently. Hang in there. But I've got some good news from this week. Last week was a little bit when it came to the visas, and this week we like to share the good news. Loving the weather, yeah. We like a bit of caliente, don't we? And hey Neil, how you doing? Again, waiting patiently. And Trudy Ray, I hope you're well. All good. Caught you. Ola. Hope you're all good. Caught you at the start stake for a change. Cheers, Trudy. And yeah, as Joe said, yeah, good shout. I love a love for 5K live. I think you mate. Yeah, definitely. I think I might do that. So I mean, I can waffle on forever, so it doesn't bother me. Right then, let's crack on then with what we've got going on today and the information. We've got quite a bit to tell you and quite a few things which have come up this week. So first of all, I'm just going to do what we had going on our calendar review. So our calendar review from Monday this week, we have had a TIE appointment in Malaga. We had some clients who got their medical certificates this week and came in to book their BLS appointment, and the BLS website said just wasn't working. We're going to have to do it remotely. So what we do is other clients will come here because you have to be behind the camera to book the appointment. For those of you who've been through the process, some of you on the live chat, I know you've been through it. You know you have to do a digital verification. So sometimes we'll use screen sharing software with people, or you can come to the office and if you're close to do it with us. But there was no way we were doing it on Tuesday. They just wouldn't let us on the system. So we've had Lara did a technology and where it's not she did a training course that I managed to get out of. Woohoo. And this week very few appointments. What we had today, and I'll tell you what we had today. Here we go. We did have an appointment we had appointments in, let's bring that up here, over in Murcia. There we go. Oh, no, that was Alicante. Was that Alicante? Oh, it's Alicante, sorry. Over in Alicante for Jane. So say, there's Jane. Had her appointment. Very, very happy there with her Upsticks folder. And we've changed the positioning of those folders, the Upsticks on it now. And there we go. That's Katrina. And she's also there getting their TIE card. So well done, guys. That's fantastic. Very happy, very warm. Remember, take a hat with you when you go out to the appointments. And also today, we had Paul and Michelle over in Manchester handing in their paperwork. Look at that, a lovely photo from outside. Report back from them. They're in and out in around, so the appointment was around 20 minutes. Normally it's around an hour. In there, and I've actually just had an email from one of our clients, Gary, who's sent me a very comprehensive report from when he went to his appointment, which I'm going to turn into a video or mention on one of our weekly lives. Couple of things which have come up this week. First of all, let's tell you the visas that we have had out. Thank goodness. So we have had Manchester. You heard right. A Manchester visa actually came out. There we go. Manchester, and it's 7 weeks. What's going on? It's everybody, more hope for everybody there. Manchester to Cayenne came out in 7 weeks. We had a London to Granada, which took 5 weeks. We had a London to Alicante, which took 6 weeks. And we had a London to Almeria, which took 5 weeks. So we have had loads of visas drop in this week. Thank goodness, because last week was a bit of a downer, really. And it does mean that these fall right into the summer period, but never mind. We'll do our best to get the appointments to register over here. But thank goodness. With those visas, what have we seen? Well, there's been 2 from London, which two things have happened very, very strange. We've had the first 2 visas released since the update or the new law was introduced. Remember, the new law is sort of a bolt-on to the old one, basically. And both of these visas actually had a term of 365 days. Right, now, you know, with an unlimited visa, for those of you who've gone through the process, what happens is you get an initial visa in your passport. It says 90 days on the actual visa. That gives you 90 days to get into the country, get your entry stamp, and then register, and you'll get your 4 years residency. We've had 2 back in the last 2 days, which actually say 365 days. What does that mean? That people actually got 365 days to get in, and then they register the residency. If they're a week before, they'll only get a week's residency. We don't know. So we've gone back to the consulate and the BLS office, who evidently haven't responded yet, to ask them. It doesn't worry us because the clients have got their visas and it's better than ever. It's for 365 days. But we'd like to know why they are doing that. If any of you guys watching this program and not our clients have had visas and had your appointment after the 20th of May, please let me know about this 365 days, if that's happened to you as well. And with that, the notes, what I do is I keep writing notes from things that pop up this week. This is a good one for you guys who are on private health. Now, this has happened a few times now, and I thought I'd bring it up on the channel. Knowing the hospitals where you can actually go. Not all private health companies, health insurance companies contract all private health insurance hospitals or medical centres or doctors. There's an awful lot of independent places here. So when you intend to travel, not only in your local area, but if you do intend to travel around Spain and you are on private health insurance, right, don't forget that you need to check where you're staying and what local hospitals are covered by your insurance. Because if you get packed off and go to a different one, it's quite possible that you will get a bill. Make sure you check where you are covered to go. Another thing regarding the presentation letters. Now, we right at the beginning, we didn't really do presentation letters unless it was absolutely necessary to explain something specific for a visa application. But more and more, we think it's a good idea. So if you are going for your visa application, you can do a presentation letter, which is an excellent opportunity for you guys to explain your things like your finances. If you've got, for example, in Manchester, if you've got no life trace, they always ask you why it's no life trace. Good opportunity to explain that right from the get-go. Right. So we did have a question. We've got some requests here now from clients. There's one here I would like to throw out there into the internet world. Has anybody bought a boat from the UK and registered it here in Spain? We want to hear your experiences. Now, I did do a bit of ChatGPT and a bit of fertile around the internet because I've got a client who wants to bring a boat. Now, cars all day long. Boats, this is a different kettle of fish. I've got somebody who can insure it, definitely. So Sam, she can insure it, but I don't have a clue on how to register the boat. So first of all, any of you guys registered a boat or know anybody who's registered a boat, let us know because we're going to do our research and find out how. But it'd be great to know if anybody's got any experience out there. And just looking at the chat here, what's something here's saying? Jueves our weekend begins. Eso significa la hora del aperitivo. Well, wow. So your weekend starts on Thursdays. Now our summer hours, we are now on summer hours, so we finish at 2 here, but it's not going that well at the moment. We finish at 2 because I have to pick up the kids. Did a short about that the other day. But most of the time we carry on in the afternoons from home working, to be honest with you. Very rarely that we stop, but it's behind the scenes. But getting up early and then finishing early isn't seem to be working so far. I think I'll start that properly next week. Sunjo, 1 year today, we left the UK and started a 4-day journey to, wow, was that a year? To our new life in the sun. Wow, a year already. And I think that's felicitations at Stu and Joe. Wash hands. That's one of them, right? So, what else have we got going on? We've got 14 people live. And yeah, so that was it. Let me just check what I have here to show you in our stage 1. So we've already brought up the guys who had their appointment today. I had this, so I thought I'd show you. Ever wondered what it's going to cost you at the BLS office? Well, there you go. That's in pounds. From the top to bottom, you can see they charge you for everything. I'm not surprised they charge you for walking in the door. SMS service is £1.95. BLS service fee £14.55, which you pay up front when you book your appointment now, and then it's deduced at the end when you can see it was paid online. The visa fee from the consulate, £525.50. Courier next day delivery, £29.99. That is such a rip-off. Photography service, £10. That's to take your digital your photograph when you go. £566.90 if you add the £14.55, which you've already paid, gives you the grand total of £581.45 to apply for your visa, which in euros, if it was 1.17, is around 680 euros. Pretty penny, but it's worth it in the end, isn't it? So there you go. I thought I'd show you that. And on that note, I also saved these, which I'm sure our client won't mind you showing. I've GDPR'd them. This is the little text journey that you get. So when you, so for those of you who are waiting for your visa, this is what happens on your mobile phone. So your application manifest is submitted, you get a sort of a submission text, and then your passport for the visa application reference number has been dispatched with DX tracking number, and then you'll get a next one saying your delivery is due the 27th, or whatever day it's due. View your options below, so that gives you options then to be able to change it. Probably just stay in and don't change it, but this is what the text messages you'll get, so you're familiar when your passport is on its way back to you. I think thanks to Jackie for sending those to me, so we can use them today. All right then, I think we're on to our next section, which will be, where is it here? Oh, I've lost it now. And I've just seen a note here, so I'm going to do Jane Says in a minute. And I've just seen a note here, right, that we wrote as well, about keeping copies of documents that you might not be able to recuperate when you go to the consulate. So there is a set with our clients. We always go through all the copies that you need to take with you, and we do go over the top sometimes. So we always advise everybody to take a full copy of their passport. Quite often, a lot of those pages are handed back, but it's been requested in the past, and we've had people running down the road to get copies. So I'd rather they gave you stuff back you didn't need rather than missing stuff. But really, especially these busy times of the year, if you've got anything, like say for example a P45, you can't get a duplicate of your P45 if you haven't got it saved either in PDF or in a physical copy. So if you've got your only P45, you've got it in your pack, you hand it over, and the consulate take it away, and they come back to you and say, please give us a P45. And I want to hand it over. What proof do you have that you handed it over? Have you got a copy that you know? Sometimes these things happen. So make sure any documents that you can't get a copy of, if you hand it over, you keep either a physical or digital copy. Things like bank account statements, probably not, because you can go back to the bank and get them reprinted, just have a different date on them. It's not a problem. P45s, on the other hand, keep a copy. P60s that come through the post, probably a good idea to keep a copy. So that was just a note there. Now, Jane's actually got two today, Jane Says, all right? And Jane says the devil is in the detail, checking your details on everything, absolutely everything. And that's because this week we've seen so many mistakes on official documents. And I mean, luckily we've got backups here. So our appointment specialists, they check the documents when you go into appointments with them. Our translators, when they do the translation for the UK documents for the NLV, they'll check the details. But we've seen mistakes on marriage certificates this week, a mistake on APRA this week. Here in Spain, we've seen mistakes on two resguardos. So just remember, check. You know better than anybody how to spell your name, your date of birth, and where you live. So just check the details on every single document you get, and do not assume that the authority that issues it is going to get it right. Absolutely not. Jane also says, I need someone to go to Campus Padron office to get 2 application forms scan them and email to me so we can complete the forms for clients. So there you go. That's my note. If there's anybody who can go on, I think it's a Tuesday, and grab us a couple of those forms, that would be very grateful. And anybody who comes behind you and getting visa, we would like. So we would like to fill these forms out for our clients, but the ones that they've got on a Tuesday seem to be completely different to the ones they've got in the main Mazarron office. And Jane would like somebody to go and grab a couple for us, if possible. I said I would get that out there on the channel. It'd be great if you could help Jane out, and us, obviously. And the last thing that Jane said was check everything against the Padron address. So what happens all the time? We get application form details. So we ask people, please fill out your forms because we have to keep these on record for GDPR purposes. They'll give us an address and they'll send us a Padron, and then they'll send us a utility bill. And all three are different. Just remember that immigration will always go on the Padron address. When you go to get your TIE card, they're going to take one look at the Padron, one look at what's on the computer, and try and relate that to that or change it to that. It always go by the Padron address, which isn't always that correct, but that's what happens. So yeah, Padron address is key. So we're going back to the chat now. Wobbly computer today. Thank you. What amazing year. Just got to go through the renewal now. Yeah, that won't be a problem. Don't worry, that will come in. And I was just said, what forms? It is the application to apply for a Padron, basically. So we've got the standard ones which are issued on the government website, and then Mazarron Town Hall seems to have its own. But when you go in and you want to register for the Padron, they'll give you a form to fill out, and you have to come back with all the relevant details. We haven't got a decent copy of those forms yet, and unless I get down there and get some. Stu said we didn't need to get a form; we just need to take our old Padron. Yeah, I'm talking about the first time registration, guys. So when you first walk in there, so clients just landed with their visa, going for the Padron Tuesday. Here's my forms, and they're the forms that we're missing. Don't seem to be downloadable. It's crazy. We've got a couple of dodgy photos that we can't really fill in. So yeah, and apparently there's someone there every Tuesday. So let's see. Now, where were we? Did we do the YouTube thing? Yes. Did we do YouTube? I don't remember now. Oh, doesn't matter. Let's do it again. Right, so we are going to do our YouTube comments, and before we do the comments, don't forget that we will be on with Scats on Saturday morning again at what time are we going to be there? At 10 o'clock in the morning. We're going to beat the NRV Summer Chaos. We're going to be talking all about summer, which is what I'm going to talk about in section 3 as well in this video. But yeah, check us out there, 10 o'clock on YouTooSpain, talking to Scats. It's going to be a bit of fun as well. And talking about Scats, I saw him performing at the weekend. There he is. Now, it was amazing to see him up there dancing, singing away, 40 degrees, bouncing all over the show like he used to, and enjoying life there, because we were at Bambi and Jojo's birthday, first anniversary. So Bambi and Jojo, who sell luxury mobile homes, had a party on Sunday to celebrate the first anniversary of their business. They're doing phenomenally well. Can't say that word. Phenomenal. They're doing very well. Let's leave it at that. Sold nearly 50 vans. There's only one a week in their first year of business. We had a cracking afternoon over there with them, celebrating that. As you can see, you'll also see them on Bargain Bits in the Sun. So, TV stars and celebrities and business ladies. And Scats was there as well, as you can see, giving us some groove. So it was a nice afternoon, really was. Stu said we didn't need to get form, we just needed to take. Oh yeah, that was also said. That was yeah, just renewing it. Go with your TIE card normally. Right, and so let's go back to our YouTube. What we've got going on in the comments. So, this was something I did a short about summer hours, and Michelle Better said, "Is it still possible for expats to move to Spain without much difficulty? The paperwork and costings, timings putting us off. Bet it's hot. Not UK, not bad either at the moment for a change. North Wales." Yeah, of course it's possible, and of course there's lots of paperwork, but it's definitely possible. Lots and lots and lots of people are moving over. It's just if you haven't got an EU passport, evidently you have to grab your permission or whatever state of visa it is. But yes, there's plenty of people moving over. And this is on our video, how to pay speeding fine. Chrissa, you're a legend, really, really helpful. Picked up a helicopter fine too. First fine in 17 years of visits, and obviously more irritated at yourself for loss of concentration than annoyed. You removed much of the angst for me. Thank you. This video does really well. I also got a problem. Tried to follow what you did, but it seemed I can't open the site. Like if my country don't allow it, I tried on my PC mobile. Yeah, get yourself a VPN. You might find that you're blocked if you are not in Spain. There, I'm afraid. And so I have problems when I go to the UK to try and book appointments for people here. The website just won't let me on. Now, Spain versus Italy, paella versus pizza, which I never actually told anybody whether I preferred paella or pizza in that. And I prefer paella. Good show, Chris. Glad you enjoyed Italy. Thanks, Patrick. And Jeanette Harding Muslim must visit. On the Granada video, got a great Granada video out at the moment. Must visit on a cooler day. Looks interesting. Yeah, Granada's fantastic. Really is. Oh, I've just clicked the box that said add to your stream. I don't know what I did. And what else have we got here? That's a Malaga airport video. Just a thank you on there. And Kelvin, who I spoke to this week. Hi, Chris and all at Upsticks. Thanks for sending out the document and cap. Wearing it with pride. Loving the sun. Catch it soon. Best wishes, Kelvin. Kelvin, that's a limited edition, that cap. So don't wear it out. There won't be any of those more made. We've ordered them from a different provider now. So you've got 1 of 10 caps that were made. And we've ordered a load more now. Hi, Chris. Re-passport control. My wife went back to the UK a few months ago, showing her TIE card and got her passport stamped with a guard saying it was only temporary visa, so you get stamped on her return. To Spain, she just showed her passport to make sure she got a stamp getting back in. Agree with your advice and not show TIE card at passport control until fully resident. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, to be honest with you. And our next YouTube comment, we've got, I hope you had a good, Kev, how you doing, Kev? Haven't seen you on the live for a while, but we've been chatting this week, haven't we? I hope you had a good time in the land of proper cars. Yeah, didn't see any Ferraris there. They did all right the weekend, didn't they, with the Formula One? So the team has proved it can live without you, eh, Chris? Yeah. 3 days without me, nobody died, everything was okay, and I'm going to thank you all in there for that as well. Carefully, you'll be retired by 50, and then work will really start. I wonder how I ever found time to work now that I've stopped it. Yeah, and exactly the same spam message from Correos. A quick look at the URL, and it was in the bin. Yeah. Correos said there's lots of spam going out, and yeah, I did have a great time when I was away, and everybody, I did let everybody know in advance, and everybody respected the 3 days I was off, and I hardly got any emails from anybody. There was no emergencies, a couple of things that Jane dealt with, and it was amazing. So thanks for giving me that time. And the next time I'm off is one Monday. I'm having Monday the 14th of July off. And do you know why I'm having Monday the 14th of July? Well, I'm having a half day. I'm leaving at 1 o'clock that day. It's because we're going to Sevilla to see Kylie Minogue. There you go. You heard it here first. Don't really know how I got involved. A friend of mine, who I'm seeing this evening actually, sent me a message and said, would you like to go to Sevilla to see Kylie Minogue? I went, yeah. And that was about a year ago now when the tickets came out, and I've just realised, how can I agree to that? The Kylie Minogue is great, so it should be a good show. And what else have we got going on? Oh, and this was just on last week's update. UK from Nikki, have you got 2 accounts there? You have. Same person, 2 accounts. UK house contract signed today, another tick in the box. Getting close now. Watching you on both laptop and phone. Lol, yeah, brilliant. That's good. Get them views up, please. Thanks a lot. Okay then. So there we go. 14 people in the house, and we're going to move on to our next section. Where are we up to now? We're already on half an hour, and we're going to our right then. I'm just going to check my notes, make sure. Did we go through? Wait, there's no Google reviews today. No Google reviews. Right. So this here is going to lead us nicely into what really happens in summer. Then I've got a few bits to show you here for section 3. Okay. So, Alan Kez, who on the live? Hey guys, I asked in our last live, what was it like in France in the summer? Okay, because it's great to know the differences. And they said they've written a lovely answer for me, so I'm going to read it out and tell you. They said, in answer to your wonderings about France in the summer, August is always a bad time for medical things as doctors and staff go on holidays. Same here. And forget any admin, even notary shut down, so house moves can be tricky. Also, don't have a car breakdown in July or August peaks because you will not find a garage around the problem for 4 to 6 weeks. We speak from experience. I seem to remember something about this. Hence, we no longer go anywhere in July or August except more local. The mad exodus that happens in France every year, as a majority of people finish on the Friday night in July for a month, and then again the next batch in August, and the motorways are log jam for hundreds and hundreds of kilometers. We've seen 500 kilometer tailbacks, 600 kilometer tailback. Wow. Yes, you heard right. That's huge. But yeah, we don't see that here, but you do see a lot on the 20s and the holidays, people. Here we go. We got some incoming news here from Jane. I'm going to tell you that this is live now from Jane. So I can bring this up for you, and this is something we've been something that's very important I need to tell you. But I'm going to go back to this. Then you have the same madness each year for what they call the rentrée, when they all come back again. The re-entry, not the re-entry, would it be? All related to industries, as Anne remembers having to take a set holiday, a similar thing called Wakes Weeks in Lancashire, where the factories all used to close down for the same 2 weeks. Happy for you to use this in your update if you wish. So that's France. Now, Spain. We're going to be talking about this with Scats on Saturday, but yeah, now we are in these 2 sort of complicated months at the moment now, July and August, and the first week of September. So July, normally, the biggest difference in July is that most people are trying to get everything done before August, because for sure the notaries go on holiday or on minimal staff. For sure lawyers do. I've already had a conversation today with somebody who went, it's either going to be the end of July or the first week of September. Forget it otherwise. Right? So people like bank directors. So if you're trying to get a mortgage, which won't be you NLV guys' cases, but it might be for an EU family member or something like that. You need a loan, might need to open an account or whatever. You'll find that people who authorise those things aren't there. So you might be able to walk into the bank, but there's nobody can do anything other than give you one of those dodgy free pens that they give you. So this month, everybody seems to cram it all in as much as possible, but we're on reduced hours. Okay, so they call it jornada intensiva. So you have this intense, no siesta, a break in the middle of 15 minutes and chuck it all in for 2 o'clock and then leave, because most people who work in offices, maybe my demographic, have to go and get kids, but it gets too warm afterwards. Anybody who's working outside will probably finish about 12:30, 1, and they'll be starting at 5:30, 6 in the morning. So what a big shot for people is that when they're trying to do something, then they'll go out in the afternoon and say, well, I'll go in the afternoon, go about 5 o'clock. And I don't know what's going on here if it's closed. That's it. No, because you need to get your stuff done in the morning in July. And then August, don't expect miracles. And especially the last week. The last week here in Malaga is even worse because that's the feria. So that is when everybody's off. You are nobody if you're not off on the last week of August. In our experience, I've actually just booked one appointment for Fingarola for the 25th of August because it was a very specific station and day that our clients needed. I can't tell you how hard it was, but this morning it came up at 7:30. I was sat reading the news. I was like, reading news, checking appointments like we do every morning and every day, every hour, and it came up, so we booked it. But yeah, generally you'll find that now this is an awkward time. Also, it's an awkward time because people in August are like translators are on holiday. So you might say, we're going to aim to go to an appointment at the second week of August. And then you go, I need to get my documents translated, or there's nobody to do it. So we try and cram as much in. I've been doing a jornada intensiva, literally double days at the moment in July to try and push as much through as possible to leave us as much of a gap, a window in August as possible. So yeah, that is the summer. How are you guys feeling it? How are you guys? If you're not watching this live, just let us know in the comments. Is it your first summer here? Have you made any mistakes, like gone out at 2 o'clock expecting to go and get a haircut and everything's closed? What's it like for you out there? Let me know. Let's jump on the comments again. And Donald said, I thought it was someone musical. Oh, yeah. I am going, well, this year, it depends what you class as music, isn't it? Because I am going to see Copenhagen, and then very, very excited to see the Prodigy, who are coming here to Fingarola, and I was even more excited when I saw they're being supported by an act called Hybrid Minds, which is one of my most favourite electronic EDM music people, which I bet nobody likes on this channel, but yeah, very excited about that. A great sense of humour there. There we go. We're having a Kylie sing-off in our chat. Who'd have thought that? Who'd have thought that when I started this 73 Upsticks lives ago that we'd be having a Kylie Minogue sing-off. But yeah, so we're what we're doing now. I was talking about Prodigy, talking about summer. But yeah, let me know, guys. If anything, if you guys have sort of any shockers, because for us, I was talking about the other day to a client, so for us it's normal. We sort of fall into the summer way, fall back out into the winter way, Christmas, the Puentes. For us, it just rolls into, this is what we're doing. But for you guys who are new here, or only been here a couple of years, how are you finding it? And okay, so price numbers are driving course there, a stone garden wall, yes, can't be done till September beginning because someone ran into their wall, which is delaying their whole move to Spain, and that can't be done till September now. Yeah, exactly. You're looking at now. We're booking appointments for September. We are actually. I could do a live search for you. I really could. Let me do a live search. Should we do a live appointment booking search to show you what it's actually like out there to try and get appointments? I'm going to go to a good region, which is Malaga, because we know that most of the time there'll be an appointment somewhere in the region of Malaga, and I'm going to tell you where it is. We're talking about appointments now for the Toma de Huella, so for the thumb, taking of the fingerprints to register your residency. When are there appointments? Right, so here we go. We've got only 2 stations with appointments available at the moment, as we know. They do go up and down. There you go. Look at that. Hopefully you guys can see that. Can you see that? No. I'm going to tell you now. 18th, 19th, and 22nd of September. Right? But there's people who are going to that area who have had their appointment for visas. We don't know when they're going to have their visas. So that is exactly 11 weeks time. That's where the appointments are running. This is why it's so important, if we do get you an appointment, to cancel everything and go. It's rubbish. Now, here we go. So here we go. Yeah. So Jane now has just sent to me. Now you might have seen this yesterday. Jane told me not to get involved actually, but I'm going to. Why not? Let's get this out to you. Here we go. Bear with me. Talk amongst yourselves, guys. This news, which came out yesterday. Here we go. So I want to show you something. Which popped up on the internet yesterday. And this is where you shouldn't listen to social media or always get qualified information, Facebook groups and this, that, and the other. They're very, 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 very good favorite groups, Facebook groups and stuff to get, take people's experiences off there, but, just be careful what you read. Now, this came up yesterday. Right. As of the first, this was on the Citizens Advice Bureau, I believe. I don't know, because one of the Citizens Advice groups I was kicked off of. So as of 1st of July, Stankelia said, but then, I'd probably be a competition for the lawyer's card that they push. As of 1st of Spain, Stankelia has indeed rolled out enhanced digital service renewals. Here's a quick breakdown of what's changed: digital submissions, photos, biometric handling, provisional validity, blah, 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 which caused all sorts of headache for us today, because everybody came piling in, oh, what's this, what's this, what's this, what's this? And obviously then Jane, who works the inquiries and works withdrawal agreement, had to go back to everybody and say, look, we don't think it's true, whatever. I ran through the process with Jane, and she said, well, it's practically not possible, because just because they've got your fingerprints on file, how would you present the taxes? How would you present this? How would you present that? And it turns out, as James just sent me a message now to tell everybody, it's fake news. There you go. It was fake news. It's been taken down off the CAB website. Fake news. CAB just posted that the info provided in the post was, in fact, incorrect. Well, there you go. I'll tell you what else is incorrect. They also posted that the police stations are insisting that you take an EX17 for your withdrawal agreement renewal, and that's not right. You need to take an EX23. We've never been insisted for an EX17. We've never been insisted that we take an EX17. Might be a one-off case. We've got somebody that they were looking at, but we've always taken an EX23 and never have a problem. So thumbs up to the police for that. They've always been collecting the correct documents, and maybe one of CAB's followers had a different experience, but I can tell you our experience. And, credit where credit's due for the police. They've always asked us for the right and correct documents. So there we go. And Stu and Joe, check this out. This is going to make your mouth water. Just been out for tapas. So Joe, a restaurant called Colina Roja, situated off the RM3. I know that RM3. Lovely views from an elevated position. Had 5 tapas and drinks. Really great value. Tapas €3 a dish. Sorry, really friendly staff. Colina Roja is open 3 evenings a week to present Friday, Saturday, Sunday as new owners. I've attached some photographs. Unfortunately, got carried away because we started eating the tapas before we took the photos of the food. I've added some panoramic photos. I don't think the photos can do justice, as it's absolutely amazing views. We also saw some eagle hunting, but before we could get any photos of it, swooped on prey in the valley. I'm going to show you this food. Check these tapas out that we've got here. There we go. See, but you did get stuck in a little bit there, guys. Next time, come on. A bit more respectful for all of us who are sitting here starving. No half-empty plates, come on. Oh, dear. Beautiful views up there. Look at that. Absolutely amazing. I can see why so many of you guys are moving to Murcia. Wow. And it's very green. I didn't get the photo I wanted to today. That's a lovely set, isn't it? That's more like the photo I had today, you know. A little bit, that's it now. Summer's kicked in, everything's slightly toasted. Beautiful, the mountains in the background there. It's a very nice place, very nice walkway. And it's that stamped stuff, isn't it? I love this stamped pavement. I really do. Love that stamped style. What a difference from some of the photos you sent not so long ago. All green. It's everywhere's the same, isn't it? Now this is the time of the year. There we go. And this is last one is the panoramic view. I might be going through these a bit fast, but look at that. That is an incredible view that no one's going to take away. I shouldn't imagine they're building on that. I imagine it was quite warm. Let me know, guys. But that was. Do you know what I do? I always leave the photos open in there. And I forget to hang a minute. If I do this, oh no. There we go. Oh, no, it's me and a tapper. Oh, there's me and a tapper. We'll leave it on this view for the time being. Thanks, guys, for sending them across. Please keep sending over your food. And I hope you're doing plenty of exercise because you're sending me lots of food stuff, you know. Just my problem here is the food, you see. Now, talking about food, check this out. This is Chris's rice. So I made a rice the other day, which was a soupy marisco rice. Made it on the fire. And every time if you make it on a fire pit, it assumes the flavour as well of the wood. We used almond wood and a thing called what's that? Oh, I can't remember now. The stock. It's a special stock that Lara bought. Wasn't that impressed, to be honest with you. Hard work cooking a paella not on a gas ring. Cook it on a fire. You can't regulate the temperature. I don't know. You've got to be an expert. I mean, I'm quite proud of my paellas, but cooking it over fire, not really. I know lots of. There's a place in Murcia that does it on the Burriana beach. They do it amazingly. You see them there putting the fire underneath, and it's huge with like the paddles. It's called, I can't remember the name of the restaurant now, but yeah, it's great spectacle to see. But when I was doing it, it was a spectacle because I'm like, it won't go down now. The bottom's burning, and I wasn't impressed. What I did find though, now this will impress you. Now, how many of you got orange trees in your garden or lemon trees? Or fortunate enough to have some or live by some. Well, we got some in ours. Look, fortunately, we're very lucky. And one year I decided to make orange cello, not limoncello, orange cello. To do that, you basically need to peel the outside of the orange, and then you basically peel the outside of the orange. Make sure the white, the pith things, and put it in a container. Put a white spirit on it, preferably a cheap vodka or something like that. All right, and then leave it. Okay, and you leave that for 2 or 3 weeks. Obviously, you can juice the rest of it or whatever. All right, and then the alcohol will assume the flavour of the peel, and then once it's done that, about 2 or 3 weeks or a month. You then remove the peel. Don't give it to your chickens. Okay, if you've got chickens as well, you live in the country, make sure no animals eat this because this is highly toxic peel. Found that out the hard way. Wobbling chickens. Then you use that base of the alcohol with basically a syrup. So you get about half a kilo of sugar. As you can see, it's not very good for you, this stuff. Half a kilo of sugar. Dissolve it in water, let it cool down, create a syrup, add the alcohol to it, mix it up, and that's orange cello. What I did was actually use orange juice as well, boiled that up with a bit of sugar, made the syrup, added it to the alcohol base, and made orange cello. And I have to say, it was very lovely. Maybe the next time I may water it down a little bit more, but I made about 3 litres last year. No, 2 years ago, and it was very nice. But didn't get around to making any more. And but what I did was I had a little bit left over, and I thought, wouldn't this be really cool to have a chili one? So I quite like chilies and like a chili drink. So I made a separate one with chilies in it, but I put it in a different cupboard because it would be a dark, cool place where it wouldn't get mixed up with the main ones, because then it means, you know, you can't give it to the kids if it's got chili in it. I'm joking, you would give it to kids anyway. Oh, I just realised I haven't got my mic. Can you guys hear me? Can you hear me better now? The whole live without my mic. That's probably better. No one said anything. But then the other day, after 2 years, I came across it. So I came across this, which I'd had in the cupboard for nearly 2 years, right at the back, because we were cleaning out the cupboards. Now I'm thinking, should I still try and make some orange cello out of that or not? That's got to be pretty lethal, that stuff now. But it's nice with a bit of ice in it. It's, you know, orange cello, that'd probably make 4 litres if you weren't making it too toxic. But yeah. So yeah, that was funny. If you are making some orange cello, make sure you don't leave it for 2 years. So Joanne says, when are you doing the paella recipe? Maybe a live vid. Yeah, I should do a live vid actually for making paella. Now, I make all sorts of paellas. I've never had any complaints from the Spanish. In fact, they absolutely love it. But there is one paella which I make, and I call it giddy rice. So it's rice for giddies, rice for foreigners. As you know, giddy is a word that sometimes Spanish use for foreigners, and it can actually be used detrimentally. You have to be very good at Spanish to be able to use it properly, but it can also be used in a very affectionate way. So if people like my mates would be like, it's like I'm the giddy of the group because I'm the foreigner, but they use it in a very affectionate way. I make a giddy rice, which is very, very, very easy to make. And it's a basic recipe with the rice which doesn't overcook. So I might do a video that's like a starter rice for anybody who wants to get involved. You know, after that you can then get into your soupy rice, short grain with lobster maybe. But this rice is just your basic, I call it giddy rice. You can't go wrong. So I might do a video with that. Not saying there was a lot, but we are still eating a huge bag of oranges you gave us in competition with Scouts 2 or 3 years ago. Yeah, nice oranges. This year, citrus hasn't been good. The whole world's going crazy with the weather, and it's not done it very good. And my grapes have burnt as well. We haven't heard anything for the last hour. Oh, never mind. Mix it with some agua forte, yeah. And Donald says, try it. I'm going to try it. Here we go. So now for the big announcement. Did I say there was going to be a big announcement? There is a big announcement. This October sees the World Walking Football Championships, International Championships in Torrevieja in the weekend of, I'm going to tell you now, I think it's the men's is on the weekend of the week of the 21st to the 24th, and the women's, I believe, is the 28th to the 31st. But you will see all the information splashed all over Upsticks, and I will be up there for one of those weekends. Quite possibly, it's going to be around the 24th when the men's tournament wraps up. And why am I going to be up there? Because we are one of the big sponsors of it. Now, we are well into our walking football here. I think it's absolutely fantastic. Never did I think I would see when we came up with the logo for Upsticks next to Acacia Bank. So that's very humbling to see us up there with some of the big boys as the sponsors. I know the organization is absolutely thrilled to have us on board as well. And it's a great thing. It's walking football for people who are retired, people over 50, to get into, to do some exercise. And we absolutely think it's amazing. When I was invited to be involved with some of these great sponsors, we had to say yes and be up there with these guys. So we will be sponsoring that. I will be up in Alicante for some of that time, maybe coming through Murcia, so I'll come and say hi to you guys in Murcia. And yeah, we're very, very happy. So a big announcement, and we're going to have plenty of information coming and sharing that all over our social medias as well. And then just to show you how I got involved, because we are now going into our 3rd year as sponsors for the Moyina International Walking Football Club, and we continue to sponsor them from the start. We were there right at the start. I remember going up to their very first meeting and seeing everybody, and it was really good. And I thought, this is a great we've got a lot of clients up in Moyina and Antequera way, and not only is it great, it's great brand awareness, great publicity, and I've already had loads of comments of people who have seen the logo on the back of the shirts. It's also quite comforting for people who are going through the visa process in that area, because they know people have used us and they see us there, and it's great to just brand awareness. And it's also an absolute, I would always support something like that, which is a community sport. It's definitely like we also sponsor the Bowls club here in Alarin de la Torre. I think it's amazing what they do. All these clubs do lots for charity, and we love being involved. We really do. And this year, check out the kit for 2025-2026. This is the away kit. And this is what they'll be wearing when they're going out around Andalusia representing the club. And we are on the back there. They're going to be representing us. So there we go. Now, I will have to lose a few kilos if I'm going to get into one of the shirts as a sponsor, I think. But yeah, that's an absolutely amazing shirt. Some of their guys are already being called up for international duty as well. And we can't wait to just get this new season kicked off. I was absolutely gutted last year when October, the season's starting to get kicked off, and I broke my arm, and that just put everything back. And then I said, right, okay, we'll write it off till the end of the year. And then the beginning of this year, unfortunately, we just had a really bad run of people passing away and stuff like that. So I just didn't get to see any of the football. And this year, it's going to happen. 2025-2026 season, going up to see the guys play, and we'll be up in Alicante to support the World Championship there with all the other countries. So watch this space. Okay then, right. So I think that's us, guys. We've still got 16 people on. We're coming up to the hour. I actually have a barbecue to get to, which is half an hour away from here. So yeah, brilliant. By the time I get home, change my t-shirt, and jump on the motorway. We should be there for 8:30, ready to go. Oh, one last thing. Check these out. Hot off the press. These are what are they called? English. Make cars smell nice. Do these make cars smell nice? If you put them on. I don't have them in my car because they really annoy me. So I'm a bit of a hypocrite. I put one down the side. But this is what goes on your wind mirror thing, on your retrovisor there, and you put that on it, and it make your car smell nice. Look, half the press. Look, Upsticks. There you go for Upsticks Drive. Now, if you want one of these, there you go. Send us to YouTube. I've got 10 here to send out. All you need to do is send. Even if you're a client, doesn't matter, because I'm not going to look for your address on our system. Just send us your address to YouTube at upsticks.es, and we will post one out for you, because next week we have another member of staff, Guillermo, who comes with us every summer and helps us with the admin, helps us with the running around, helps us with this, helps us with that. Basically is our support here in the office again. Plus he needs a summer job, and plus I've known him since he was 3. So it's great he's going to be back on board. And one of the things he does is run down to the post office. So I said to Lara, I'm going to give out some of these and get them posted out to people. So if you want a air freshener. Want an air freshener for your car? Post it. Send me a YouTube, YouTube at upsticks.es email with your address, and I will get Guillermo to get them all packed up and posted out to you. Normal cheap post. Let's hope they arrive. All right, and guys, thanks for watching. All the comments. Yeah, here we go. Mixed with some agua forte. Agua forte is good for cleaning swimming pool. I can say that now. Don said, Brill, well done, Upsticks. Yeah, onwards and upwards. We'll see you very soon. Donald, I think you're learning about your last week in August at the moment. It could be a difficult one, but who knows? Let's see. And thanks for watching. We'll see you at the weekend on Scatz's YouTooSpain, 10 o'clock. Don't miss it. And we will be back next week. It is live, 6 o'clock. Not too sure what we're talking about next week. I haven't got a subject matter yet, but I'm sure we'll come up with something good. Adios.